Disa is the heroine of a Swedish legendary saga, which was documented by Olaus Magnus in 1555. It is believed to be from the Middle Ages, but includes Old Norse themes. It was elaborated by Johannes Messenius in his drama Disa, which was the first historic play in the Swedish language, and was played at the Disting of 1611. It was also presented in an exaggerated version by Olaus Rudbeck in his Atlantica synopsis. In a time when the god King Frey ruled in Sweden, there was a famine. The long peace during Frey's reign had greatly increased Sweden's population until the lands could no longer support it sufficiently. The king and the chieftains decided that the population had to be culled by killing all the elderly, sickly and handicapped, and by sacrificing them to Odin. However, Disa, the daughter of the chieftain Sixten of Vengarn in Uppland, was upset by this cruel solution. She talked mockingly to the king and chieftains about the wisdom and claimed to have wiser words of advice. In order to test her wits, Frey asked her to visit him, but she could not Disa by foot, by horse, in a wagon, nor in a boat. She could not visit him either dressed or undressed. The time must not be within a year nor within a month, and neither during daytime nor nighttime, and neither when the moon was waxing nor waning. She passed the test by harnessing two young men to a sled. By the sled, she had a billy goat, and she had one leg over the goat and the other leg in the sled. For clothes she had a net, and she arrived during full moon at dusk to the king on the third day after Yule. All months had 30 days, and the last month was to an end, and also the year. The democide was cancelled, and according to the behest of the new Queen Disa, there was a drawing of lots so that a part of the population was to leave Sweden, for the northern regions that were later called Norrland, where they were to settle and cultivate the land. Disa's wisdom was so highly valued that many disputes were relegated to her at the midwinter blot at the temple at Uppsala, which from this time was called the Disa blot and the Disting. Disa as a source of inspiration. The saga has been treated by Johannes Messenius in the prose drama Disa, which was an adaptation of Messenius's stage play in verse. Later it was adapted by Johann Gabriel Oxenstierna in the poetic letter Disa and in the fourth song of the poem Skådan. In the Sikald Castle on the second floor of the castle of Vengarn, there are 8 large paintings depicting scenes from Disa's saga. They were previously believed to be works of David Klockar Ehrenstrahl, but according to August Hahr, they are only the work of artisans based on copies of Ehrenstrahl's compositions, which were published as etchings. One of these etchings was the basis of depictions on tapestry which are partly preserved in the Stockholm Palace and Ulriksdal Palace. Under every painting there are verses providing explanations in Latin and Swedish. Impale Fire by Vladimir Nabokov. The last Zemplin king's wife is named Disa, and titled Duchess of Pain. Inspiration for name of orchid genus Disa. Botanist Carl Peter Thunberg named the Disa genus of orchids based on the Disa legend. The dorsal sepal of some Disa orchids have a net-like appearance reminiscent of the fishnet in which Disa appears before King Frey.